What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the CommonHeads podcast, featuring me, jkidd, with the co-host S Fangs and the Cheesecake Man. And today we have our very special guest. We have seen this man on our computer monitors, on our TV screens for a pretty long time now.
And in our Discord, making fart noises.
And in our Discord, making fart noises.
And me.
Okay. Yeah, you keep saying that. Welcome, everybody. 1/4 of the Yo Video Games crew, Unrooolie. Unrooolie, how the hell are you doing, brother?
Gosh. Yee! I'm doing well. Gentlemen. I'm doing well. You know, trying to stay busy, you know, trying to be all that I can be.
Right. I feel that.
While you at it.
Hey.
So, for the first question that I actually have for you, this is going to take a quick blast from the past, you know what I mean? I want to know, because I want to know where the name came from. I want to know where Unrooolie came from. So give us a little origin story of Unrooolie.
So Unrooolie, the name came from the days of SOCOM 2. And like it was Steve and another homie that were introducing me to SOCOM. And they're like, yo, look, you play online, you're not, you know, it's like GoldenEye, but you're fighting other people and you fight online. And then look at this, you can dance on people. And I'm like, dang, this game is cool. And I'm like, and then I had, you know, and then you have to make a username. And I'm like, oh man. And like, and I was, you know, as the group, when we're always hanging out, I was always the crazy one, the one that would do like all the dares. Like, yo, Kenny, I bet you won't jump in that fountain. I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it right now. And I'll jump in the fountain and all that stuff. So I was always the unruly one. So then I'm like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna name myself in SOCOM because I want to name myself Unruoolie, but it's SOCOM and I gotta spell it cool. I just can't spell it unruly, so I have to spell it Unruoolie. I had to spell it cool.
Oh, so, put a little bit of swag into it.
Well, respect.
Yeah, a little bit of swag.
Oh man, you know what? That really does make sense because we've been
cool.
Because the first time that I met you at Evo,
oh yeah,
we literally did a Spinneroolie challenge
in the casino.
It was like one of the closed areas. I think it was dark, right?
It was like kind of open. It was like by a bar that was closed, and I'm like, this got a good floor. Let's do it here.
that was mad though. I did not expect that. I thought this man was bluffing. I wasn't expecting to do an actual like Spinneroolie challenge right there, but I cannot top the man with the Spinneroonie.
Yeah.
I cannot top the man.
I expect nothing.
Oh, it was some good Spinneroonies. I remember that. You know, Jake is like, oh, you Booker T. You got then you got to do the Spinneroonie. I'm like, then let's go. Let's do it right now.
That really
good floor, like because it was like carpet, and then we found like some nice tile. And
yeah, the carpet was bad.
Spinneroonie out in Vegas. Spinneroonie in the carpet. Yeah, right.
That carpet was so bad. So when we found that tile, that was actually mad dope, and that really does tie into your name because, like, you know what I mean. It was just on the spot. We just did it. So I can see it now. I can see where the name actually fits in. So we know the origin story now, guys. We know that origin story.
Yeah, sure.
That's fine. You got next one.
So, how did you start your streaming career? What game inspired your streaming career?
Man, so even more lore. I started streaming even before I met Yo Video Games.
Oh.
And yeah, I was streaming, and I streamed actually with some other guys that were big on YouTube. They were before they were the what's it? Something games. God dang, I'm forgetting it. Is the what's that YouTube channel with those two guys that like made all these funny videos?
Smosh
Games. There we go.
You started with Smosh Games?
Yeah, but they weren't Smosh Games. They were like all the guys from Smosh Games because we worked at this company called Mahalo, and we had all this talent of like gamers and content creators that were just, you know, starting out, and like, you know, we were making YouTube videos, and then all of a sudden Twitch starts, and it's like, yo, there's this website called Twitch, and we can live stream, and then we can live stream our video games and upload to YouTube. So I was working at a department not in video games. I was doing reviews on apps because I wanted to get put in the video game team, but they're like, oh, it's full right now, so we'll have you do reviews for iPad apps. I'm like, oh, damn it. But then Mortal Kombat 9 came out. I'm like, I'm playing this. I don't care what's going on.
Okay.
Like, I'll smoke everybody in this office.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did. And then I'm like, I'm streaming Mortal Kombat. So it's no ifs, ands, or buts. And then, yeah, when Mortal Kombat came out, like, I was the guy streaming it and all that stuff with, like, Sohinki and Lasercorn and
Joby Shire, Flitz, Atomic Mari.
Yeah. I mean, not Atomic Mari, but like she came in from another company, but like pretty much all those guys and different things. But like if you look back in the day, there's like videos with me with all of them streaming, and that was like, before video games had even formed, and I was like, oh cool, like so I had like that was like my first venture into streaming, and then later on, I got the call from like Max and then that's when I stream with video games. And then my first stream is when Max, like my own personal first stream is when Max bought me a PS4 for my birthday. Because back in the day, I was struggling.
Ghetto streams, yeah, man.
Yeah, ghetto streams.
I'm right there with
you. Because like, oh yeah, and that was like after after Mahalo job like went down, so I was just like, kind of in between. So like, I didn't have a lot of money to buy my own PS4. I was saving up. I was actually saving up, and then Max bought it. I'm like, oh dang! So then when he bought it for me, I bought all the accessories to stream. I bought the camera and all that other stuff, so I can actually start streaming. So like, I think my very first one was like COD, because I just streamed directly off the PlayStation.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember them days. I mean,
I remember them days. Swapping between I think I was swapping between 3 of you guys, you, Steve, and Max's streams. Ooh, oh man, the lore goes even deeper because I did not know that you were with Smosh Games.
Yeah, kind of like, like before they were Smosh,
Right.
We were all just working together, and we have like a couple of videos that we did of like some cool stuff, like like I think we did like a COD video, like a live action COD video.
Okay.
Stuff like that with some of the guys from there.
So they weren't really like gaming videos.
And then one of the guys went to court. Yeah. So it was like a pre-video game thing, and I knew Max at the time, and Max almost wanted to work there, but I'm like, dude, Max, you can't work there. They're gonna take up all your time, and you barely won't even have time for your video games and stuff like that. But he was really interested in working there, but I'm like, the hours, because it was really close to his house, and I'm like, dude, it would be cool, but they would literally just work you dry, and you would barely have time for your video game stuff. Yeah, and then he looks back, he's like, yeah, man. It's like, it would have been cool, but it's like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't work there.
Right.
And almost everybody knew, like, a lot of everybody who's watched Assist Me and things like that, like, from back then. So I can actually see how close it would be, but how would he actually have time for that and like all the assist me's he's done and stuff like that?
He wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you right now.
It's actually good. It's actually really good that he met you and you told him that then.
Can't be looking out for the people.
Yeah, I mean, like, cause like, well, he knew the job because of me, because like, like the job was actually kind of close to his house,
right?
And one time he came over, and because he had a copy of Marvel, and we recorded some matches. I was like, hey, can you bring it? And like, this is a little bit before the game came out, and we just recorded some matches and stuff like that, and
Okay.
So you met some of the guys, but I'm like, yeah, man, this would just be like, especially what he was doing.
Yeah, especially with what he was doing.
He was doing good things for the Marvel vs. Capcom community. Like, I swear, like I respect everything that man does.
Big things. That's how I got into the FGC. I was just playing fighting games, but never was really in the community until Assist Me.
Yeah, I got in from Street Fighter 4. Little background story, 09. Yeah, I guess you could say I was an 09er. I don't care. I was an 09er. I officially stepped into
Yeah.
the FGC as in 09, but I didn't really find out about video games until like 3 months after the damn game came out.
Nice.
Cheesecake, you got one for him?
You know what? Kenny.
Yo.
This is important that I ask this question.
All right.
So, we all know about the SOCOM story. Steve brought you into the fold, and this is when Unrooolie was born. When did your love for Mileena start, like officially? Like, what made you want to play Mileena in Mortal Kombat?
All right. Like back in the day, like I think in MK2 and all that kind of stuff, I always liked her because she was like a really cool, unique thing. She was like this, like she looked like this beautiful princess, but then she was like this man eater. But she was kind of difficult to use because the way you threw her size. So I'm like, oh man, I didn't really play her that much, but I always liked the character. And it wasn't really till MK9 when I went to the Mortal Kombat tour. There was this truck, and it was carrying around MK9 before they even came out, and you got to play the game, and you got the shirt, and it was sick. And I did a video about it too, like in the Mahalo days. It was one of my first videos that I put together and edited and all that kind of stuff, because I wanted to shoot something. And they're like, all right, like some of the people, like Sohinki helped me out with my filming, and then like they gave me all the footage, and it was like, all right, here you go. And I'm like, oh damn, I haven't really edited something like this ever. And I just put together, like then I just learned on the fly, like editing and like all this kind of stuff, and I edited the video, the Mortal Kombat truck tour. And
okay.
I didn't even know there was a truck going around back in the day. Damn.
Are we getting in a bad area right now? Oh, Kenny.
But yeah, maybe. All right.
Yeah, we got you now.
All right, right. Okay, cool.
Okay, yeah, we got you back.
All right. Yep. So I played her in the beta came out, and she just fit. And I think I choose a lot of my characters, how well they fit, and how well how well they just fit my play style, how well their moves fit and stuff like that. So a lot of the times, like I don't really play her in 11 because like she doesn't fit with me that well. And as much as I love the character, I don't want to get more enraged. Like with the character you love.
Ooh, shoot. Think another bad area.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. You here with us still, Kenny?
Oh
man.
Yeah, that definitely might just be a bad area for it.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. As we reconnect, as we reconnect with Kenny, we're catching up on the Marvel 2. I mean, no, not Marvel 2.
We lost him. We lost him.
Uh-oh. Hold on, y'all. He should be joining back up. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, there he is.
All right. Are you back with us? There we go.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's at Max's.
Yep.
Hello.
Hey there.
There we go.
Doing well.
All right, he's currently at.
Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah. So I just got here. I got some Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
So Wi-Fi. So y'all have some good service. But whatchamacallit? What was I gonna say?
It was about Mileena in MK11.
Just talking about like the character just feels comfortable in my hands. That's how I go. And she felt really comfortable in 9. She felt really comfortable in X. And in 11, she didn't really fit with me too much. But and just that's kind of always pick my characters as long as I'm comfortable with them.
What was the difference between, because I never really played the character, so I don't know what the difference was between Mileena in MK11 versus MKX and MK9.
Well, the thing is, like in MK9 and MKX are more aggressive games, and and she was very aggressive. And MK11 is more about footsies and spacing. And in 11, she has the shortest reach out of anybody. Oof. So when you have to punish, it's a nightmare. You really have to be a footsie god. And I'm like, in fighting games, I play to my strengths and weakness. Like I'm pretty dang good at offense, but I'm terrible at defense. So that's why I go for aggressive characters. High risk, high reward. And the risk for Melina wasn't worth. Like, she was so stumpy, and like that's why I play Scarlet. She's got like good range and good projectiles. So like in that game, I have to play to my strengths because I get in close. Hey, Ripley.
Oh yeah.
Oh, hey, Ripley.
I'm trying to.
I'm trying to come from too. Like I usually try to pick my characters based around like, are they gonna fit or whatnot. Like me, I was toying around with like Sub-Zero. Well, I played Scorpion when MK11 beta first.
Scorpion cheap.
And but as you can see, I gradually went from Scorpion to Sub-Zero. But then after a while, I started learning how to play like Johnny Cage, learned Sonya, learned a little bit of Cassie, and even dabble with some Scarlet, a little bit, not a lot, but just enough to where I can sit there and learn how to beat them. That's usually my plan. Learn the characters that you're struggling against, and then figure out how to beat them.
True. I got something for Kenny. And this is always, I always like to learn more of the lore, more of the origin stories. That's all. That's what I'm about, and that's what everybody wants to hear. So, Kenny, what was that first game that took your life and you said, you know what, I like this. I'm gonna be a gamer. This is my gaming path. What was the first game that hooked you?
Two games really. Like Pac-Man was like one of the first games I saw when I was a little kid. Like, and I would always see like the big kids playing it, and they'd get all far, and I'd be like, "Whoa, that looks so cool!" And like they like back in the day, like when you were a kid, like the little cutscenes in Pac-Man were like, "Oh, whoa, he got to this thing," and then like that kind of like, but the real game that really just said, I want to be a gamer, I want to do everything involved with games, was Mortal Kombat 2.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat 2 was like the game that's, growing up as a kid, and that's like Mortal Kombat 1 came out, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's this game, and you can rip people's head off," but it's like a Street Fighter rip off, and I'm like, I was like, "Oh, okay." I was still kind of more into Street Fighter, and then when 2 came out, that's all that anybody ever talked about because it had secret characters and way more fatalities and friendships and all that stuff and rumors. So that game I was like obsessed with. That like it looked amazing, it sounded amazing. And like just all like and then and like all the game magazines had amazing art of it. So I would always be like, dang, so and that game made me want to draw because I always see John Tobias art and on EGM, so it made me want to draw.
Right. Oh, okay.
Like,
so
I'm like, man, I want to make video games. I want to be a part of it. And it was like MK2 was the one that really, and like, because playing it, people would crowd and watch. So I'm like, damn, I got to be good.
Arcade days.
That's true. The old arcade days, putting that quarter up.
Money matches before the money matches were even a thing.
All time. Whoop, lost his. Hello?
Hello?
We here.
Yeah, we here.
Still.
Can you hear us?
I think he's stumbling just a little bit.
Oh, yep, I'm right here.
There he is.
Okay, there we go.
Lost track of the Wi-Fi. There we go.
It's all good. So dang, so it was MK2 and Pac-Man.
Yeah, those two main ones. Like Pac-Man just really got me interested in video games at a young age.
Right.
And then 2 made me just like, dang, I want to do everything I can to like, it just fell in love, especially because that was like my first Twitch was like playing MK in front of people and everyone gathering up in the crowd and watching and stuff like that. And, if you were good, people were like, dang, you got to take out this kid and stuff like that. So MK2 was like that game that made me want to get competitive and made me want to beat other people up in the game. Like, cause there was a big crowd, and if you were there kicking butt, then people were like, "Oh snap, this kid is crazy."
And they would know your name.
Check out this kid. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
So like, and I spent a lot of time going to Vegas, going to like arcades everywhere, and so and it just felt good walking into a place, and putting the quarter down, and then just beating people up the game. But yeah, that's like where the real competitive fighting spirit came in. It was MK2.
MK2, one of the GOAT games, one of the games that raised controversy, but also like paved the way for what MK is today.
I love it.
Indeed.
All right, Espangs, you got one more for him?
So, what games did you branch off in when you basically started streaming in the sense of like after you got affiliated, what like after you got your groove, after you found like what you do.
Yeah. Like I always play a lot of shooty hoops. I'm okay at it. I'm not terrible, but I'm okay. Like but the thing is, we play that a lot. Like I love COD, and it's funny because a lot of people don't know, like, but the Yo Video Game guys are all super big COD fans. We all love it. Like, and everybody knows Max for FGC stuff, but we used to gather every Thursday and we used to play COD at a buddy's house. Before Yo Video Games were formed.
Modern Warfare 2
like
was
with
the
Simmons
GOAT.
and Max. Yeah, we'd play Modern Warfare. Like the game just came out. We had it, and we go and play like at this one dude's house. We'd all come together, and we just I think too we like those games because they're competitive as well. Like fighting games are competitive, and shooting games are competitive, and like shooting games became the new competitive way to play video games, because before it was all fighting games. Like, right, you wanted to show you were the best gamer, and pretty much it was only fighting games allowed you to compete and show you were better. And then all of a sudden now the big thing is shooting games. But we all love shooting, so that's why people are like, damn, you play a lot of shooting games. That was in our, that was in our background too. We loved it, But
Modern Warfare,
Max is insane,
yeah. Modern Warfare was definitely Modern Warfare was definitely the front runner, while Modern Warfare 2 was like that, gave it that extra oomph to make it the game that it was back in 2009.
Baby.
Modern Warfare 2 definitely became the GOAT by that time, and I know because I was stuck on Modern Warfare 2 for a very long time.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear Ripley.
Yep.
Yo, baby Ripley. All right, Kenny. I got my second one for you, man. So,
all right.
What do you think of the lack of love Sean got for Street Fighter 5, bro? Because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, I hate the fact that in the story, and he had them. Well, he didn't have like the.
It's just straight up disrespectful.
Yeah, like
that's what it is.
It is.
It's just straight up. It's just
somebody said it, man. Like,
it's just straight disrespectful already. I'm tired of this. They've been disrespecting him since pretty much almost day one. Like, because I remember I was really excited to see Sean, and I'm like, oh man, they got a black Shoto from Brazil, and oh man, he looks cool and this and that. And then like, and then I beat the game with him, and I saw his ending, and I'm like, oh man, Capcom, how are you gonna do this to him, man?
Like the ball, man.
They disrespected him since the days of Street Fighter 3, and then they continued to disrespect in this new Street Fighter. I'm like, ouch.
They gave the shine to his sister. I mean, I wanted to have Sean.
I wouldn't mind to give them both. Have them be a cool, brother and sister team that can do cool stuff.
That would be sick.
But, it would be neat to have because they have brother, Yun and Yang, and they're super dope.
Yeah,
that would have been nice.
Why not, another brother and sister team, and make them both cool and stop disrespecting Sean.
Yeah, I hate it, man.
But now that the last season definitely got announced, everybody's eyes were glued onto it. I'm excited for Akira. Akira looks dope.
She looks fire.
She got her air combos and stuff like that.
Yeah, those air combos. I was just, oh man, it just reminded me of Marvel. And I'm like, ooh.
Can't help but feel like like all that stuff right there is going to probably take some form of like precedence in 6. Like all that air combo juggling and stuff. That's probably
might.
It's gonna be what we see in 6.
I mean, no, I don't think so. Because I mean, that's obviously rival schools things. That's a rival schools thing. That's their mechanic. But the thing, like with the DLC that's coming out with Luke, because they already teased that Luke is gonna bring us into something for the future.
The future for 6, yeah.
Yeah. So Street Fighter 6, like whatever Luke has and what he's gonna do, that might be the sight that they're seeing for Street Fighter 6.
We just gotta wait till he comes out then in November.
Yeah,
it hurts that we couldn't get Sean, bro. I'm still
it is sad that we couldn't get Sean, that we couldn't get Dudley, that we
Dudley. Well, here's the thing.
So sick.
Street Fighter is disrespecting sometimes, man. I love him, but you know, Sean hurt, King Cobra, he still hurts.
Yeah.
To this day, you know, we got Rufus. Somebody made a bad choice in Street Fighter. Somebody said, "Nah, you know what? We shouldn't have King Cobra. This is what American person is like." Rufus. And I'm like, woof.
Man, we could get back Thok. I would like to see Thok in Street Fighter 5.
Timothy Hawk.
Timothy Hawk. That he would have been dope, though. That's what I'm saying. He could have been dope. Like all the things that T-Hawk could have done.
Yeah, how are we gonna get Seth back from 4, but we can't get Timothy Hawk?
Seth in a different body.
Or DJ.
Why they got him?
I would have been happy about DJ.
What was that, Kenny? He said something about Seth.
No, I was like, you know, we got Seth, but what about, you know, DJ? I want to see DJ back, you know?
True.
How are we gonna get one game with this guy and that's it? Like, come on, man.
And how are we going to have Seth in a different body? How you going to make Seth hot, Seth?
Hey, I like it.
Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Hey, I ain't knocking it, but at the same time, you got hot Seth in the building with a whole swimsuit.
I see that. I was like, wait a minute. Okay, Capcom, we see you now.
So Kenny, what is? I know this has been going on for a while. You made me a part of the Unruoolie mob. What other things are you looking forward to for the Unruoolie mob? What are the plans?
I really gotta get back into it. Like I gotta you know, organize my time a little bit more. And like I really wanna, you know, like I've been like kind of spreading out too, because like I've been helping out other like kind of like they're like the mob, but like they're like during the pandemic, some people from like Universal where I used to work were all started streaming because now they, you know, the park was closed and you know they were just had some time, so they all started streaming, and I went to them and mentored them and helped them and got them to like affiliate and stuff. So I'm still kind of doing it. I'm not as loud as about it, but you know, like I.
Oh, we lost a little bit of connection.
We lost him again.
Step it up.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, there he is.
Okay, so it got cut off right in the middle.
Oh, okay. But like I said, okay, you got me because I guess it's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, we got you.
So
we got you.
I gotta stay here. No, but like I said, I gotta get a lot more back into it. Like I've still been doing it because like I've been helping old colleagues with streaming, and I helped them get into affiliate status, and I helped them, you know, with setup and all that stuff. But you know, I gotta get back into it and really kind of push it and get, you know, groups of streamers that are in the mob and like really help them and get them to, you know, push together. Because you know, I think that's what's cool about the video games community. There's a lot of people in there that have always been really supportive, and they're doing their own thing now. And you can see people like Muffin Man, you know, and you know, have these little splinter communities that people can hang out and you know, still do cool things, like, you know, like with you and Cheesecake Man and all the, you know, people from the video games communities. Has this branch of people can hang out, you know, play games together. You know, if we're not doing stuff, or even while we're doing stuff, you know, you guys like, hey, we're gonna play some of this. So, you know, I want to push it more, and you know, that's just something that as a content creator, you know, no matter how big or small you are, we all have our things that we need to overcome and so forth like that. You know, there's times where you're like, man, you know, there's numbers, man, they're not that great. But you know, the thing I always have to remind myself and remind everybody is like, you know, you're not your numbers. You know, your numbers aren't you. You know, no matter what is you is the work you put in. You know, because it's tough because sometimes you put in work and maybe the numbers aren't there and it might get you down. But like the thing is, you did the work, you did the thing that needed to be done, and that's the task, that's the reward. Of course, it's nice to have big numbers, but no matter where you are, you're always starting and growing, right? So those numbers will come, but but I think no matter what level, like there's higher content creators that are like, oh man, my videos used to get 1 million, 2 million views, now they're only getting 1. So no matter where that you are, you gotta grow and like not get the numbers get in your head, because they all get to us. So the best thing is to just take the reward of you doing what you want to do, right? Like I want to make YouTube videos, I want to do a podcast, right? And just you doing that is your reward, and be like, man, I did it, instead of the numbers, like, oh, okay, this time we want to get 1,000 views on it, and because you'll always chase the numbers, but the best thing to do is to keep doing the content and doing the thing you love. So so that's me.
Man, those are big facts, though. Holy shit!
I mean, I can relate. I mean,
most definitely.
This past week has been somewhat of an eye opener for me, because I sat here and was playing this game, Hunters Arena Legends. That's like a PlayStation Plus game right now, and I put out like 4 or 5 videos this week alone, and I didn't even realize it's like today. I'm like, okay, seriously, I like this game a lot, because for me to put out 4 videos, 4 to 5, before by the week's end, shows how much I'm dedicated to playing this game and interacting with the community. I'm saying, like, you know what, take the wins where you can. And
exactly.
Yep, especially like when we're streaming like Guilty Gear and things like that. Like it doesn't matter for that. It's like for me it's always having fun. You know what I mean? But chasing the numbers, I mean, definitely I can understand. But at the same time, we can't have that knock us down. But Kenny, if you need anybody to help you with the mob, I got you, bro.
Hey,
you know that.
Of course.
Bring me into the mob, Kenny.
Hey,
bring me into the mob.
You don't have to get you.
I will help.
Especially you two guys. You guys are, just doing awesome things, and you got good energy, and you guys are, so for sure, man. I have to like sit, and I think that's what I've been doing. I think I've been putting it too much on my shoulders, and I got to really, get people like Poochie Man and like, because all those guys, because you guys are like legit talented dudes. You guys are entertaining, really talented at what you do, and so that's why I was like, man, Poochie Man and jkidd, and Cheesecake, like you guys have the thing, and if you guys all work together with the talents you got, you can definitely do things, and bring up other people.
Correlate on this one.
100%.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do it.
And Rick and stuff like that.
And we're dragging S-Fang's ass along with us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. He really doesn't have to say so, man. He's coming. Whether
he's coming with us.
And then I'm gonna ask you guys, how do you pick your mains?
How do I pick my mains?
How do we pick our mains?
Hold up. Go first. They can go first. Nope.
Yeah. Oh man, hold on. I want to get S-Fangs first. S-Fangs, go ahead. S-Fangs, you go first.
You want me?
Go ahead.
Everyone's ducking.
Okay. How do I pick my main? Well, it's gotta be the character's aesthetics. But more importantly, if I can relate a character to a different character I already play in another game, I will more than likely attract myself to that character and try out their kit and feel like, oh, this character plays mid-range. I like characters that can play mid-range. I play Samus in Smash Ultimate, so Ramathor feels like that kind of character because she wants to control the mid-range.
Yeah. Good comparison.
So that's pretty much how I look at the kit. I look at the kits, I look at their options, I look at the situations that they put the characters in, I look at what other matchups, what my character can't handle.
This man is a scientist.
That's I go about it like a strategic, like honestly, it's just a strategic way.
This man a whole scientist. See, this is why I told your ass to go first, because you a scientist. Me, the character gotta look cool, man. The character gotta look cool. I don't give a damn. Listen, I picked Nakali. I picked Nakali because he looked cool as fuck. This man goes straight up Kaioken, so that was automatic. And then Kai in Guilty Gear because he looks cool. He's got the over jacket, the sword, and now he has a dragon install now. Man, he just gotta look cool to me. That's all it is.
Look cool.
I can't even say crap because, like, I mean, I've always sat there and like, okay, Street Fighter, for example, I've always played Ryu first, and I branch off into other characters. Like, I mean, I'm either gonna play Akuma, or I might just be a troll and play Blanca. You know, I didn't play Blanca in Street Fighter 5 because obviously he just was not for me. But honestly, the way I go about picking my mains is, look, I gotta play with the poster boy or poster girl first. Then once I get comfortable with the game, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Let me go do something challenging. So Street Fighter 5, for example, I played Ryu first in beta, and then I played Nash in beta, obviously. And then when the game officially came out, I played Nash. That was my boy. I played him a little bit in alpha, obviously. I mean, Charlie's fucking cool. He is cool.
Charlie is cool.
I hate how they dogged him, but you know,
it was half
Charlie's
zombie
cool.
by Spive.
Yeah, like I said, I hate how they dogged him, you know, but Charlie's cool. But then I saw myself branching out on other characters, like, let's say, okay, look, I'm not gonna say Akuma because that's like a cop out. I mean, he's a so no, I'm not gonna do that. But I did play other characters. I mean, I did play a little bit of Rose when she came out, and I actually like her style a little bit too much because she has an air fireball. But whatever. I mean, I'm all about the fireball characters. I mean, I will sometimes play characters like Cammy that doesn't have a fireball. You know, it just really depends, man. Like, I'm not too complicated. It's like, okay, look, if I could sit there and use this character for longer than like 10 minutes without getting frustrated, then I'm like, okay, this is the character for me right here. That's just usually how I go about it. You know, I'll sit there in the training room and I'll sit there and play each character like 5-10 minutes, and if I don't get frustrated and say I'm picking somebody else, then that's my main.
I feel that. All right, Kenny, so we're not keeping up too much more of your time. You guys got stuff to do for your video games tonight. That's completely understandable. We will all be in the chat. I'm pretty sure we will all be in there. But I wanna touch up on, like, what do you want? What is the words that you want to get out to everybody out there, like in the YouTube world, Twitch world? What are the choice words that you would want to tell everybody?
And I'm listening, by the way.
You know, like, it's almost going back to like what I said before. It's like, you know, the numbers. You know, you are not the numbers, right? Because numbers fluctuate all the time. You know, you could be having some good months and bad months, and I think what CheezcakeMan, like he said, he made these 5 videos within a certain amount of time, and I think that's the most important part, because you know, with content creation and doing those things, sometimes though, like, we all want to grow, like we all want to do what we love, and you know, and so sometimes the numbers, it just feels like I have to hit that, I have to reach that, and you know, and a lot of times too, with people pushing with partner, I see people like, oh man, partner, and it you know, it can get them down or something like that. He's like, oh, you know, I've been, and the thing is too, it's like, you know, like, partners are cool, but the thing is, that's only the beginning. You know, like, people like, oh, partner, that's literally just the beginning again. And I think the best thing to do is just keep, you know, doing the thing that you love, not let the numbers get to you, or the status get to you, partner or affiliate. You know, just keep doing you, and you know what you, because like I said, you know, there's that saying, like, keep, you know, if you do what you love for work, you'll, you know, it's like a beautiful thing, but it can also be, you know, a bad thing, because you're like, oh man, I didn't do as good this month. And I think you just got to keep pushing, and don't worry about the numbers, but like, push to do more, right? Because if you, like, the numbers will get you down and get everybody down. Right. But if you just turn that off, I don't have my viewer count anymore on Twitch. I don't know how many people are watching.
I do the same thing.
You know, I stopped that because, you know, one month you have, you know, and it changes for everybody, but and if you turn it off, you stop focusing on that, and you just start focusing on playing the game, and, you know, chatting with your community and stuff, because, you know, one month you're doing great, you know, because you got some hosts, and the next time you're not, that'll affect you. So the best thing to do is just make your goal, instead of having like, I want 1,000 views on this video, it's like, I want to put 20 videos out this month, and that's way more important, because that keeps you productive and it keeps you going. So, you know, a lot of times it's not focused on those numbers, or any other YouTuber. You can look at them as inspiration, like, man, Max, you know, don't look at his numbers, look at his work ethic. And, you know, so, and be like, I want to be like that, you know, because like, a lot of people, like, and especially because when I meet people and kids, like, oh, you're a YouTuber, you're a Twitcher, how many, you know, followers do you have on it? And they're like, oh, you got 40,000, wow. And they see the numbers, and I think the numbers, it comes down to all of it, like social media and all, and it can really get to you.
Yeah.
And the best thing is to just to be productive and, look at content creators that you really admire and take their work ethic. It's like, man, he does this many videos, or he comes up with a really cool series, and I can come up with a cool series. So I think those are the things to like do, if I'm telling anybody doing content creation, and just keep the production, and make those a reward, opposed to, chasing the numbers or something like that. Because you'll see it too, like we want to smash 5,000 likes, and the numbers will, they could be cool, they can be your friend one minute, and they could be your enemy. So make the focuses on doing cool things, collaborating, making a new series, doing your podcast, getting, all that is super on rewards, more reward than the numbers, because when you create something, you're creating something, it doesn't always matter, whether you have 10 million people or 10 people watching, you created something. Make that the reward. Set that to your goals, to creation, and don't even pay attention to the numbers.
Yeah.
And I'm still learning that myself.
Bro, yeah, I feel that, bro. I feel that. Nah, all those words, like, definitely, like, man, it was
reaffirmed.
It was like reaffirmed. They hit home. They really do hit home, and they hit home for a lot of content creators, because like we, as much as we do want to see the numbers, we can't pay attention to them. Just do what you love and keep doing it. Like
I had to stop doing that, man. Like it was rough. Like I'll say like last year when the pandemic first started, I was like, man, shoot, lost my damn job, at the beginning of last year, and I was like, okay, 6 months going into this pandemic, focus on the content creation, but I was focusing on the wrong things. But this year, I will honestly say, since I've like took accountability for me not making as many videos as I was like last year and whatnot, and I've been just genuinely letting stuff flow. Like if I'm enjoying the game, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a video. It's just, it don't take much for me nowadays for me to sit there and put those videos out there. Like like I said, this whole week, like the past 7 days, I've just been like, I'm having fun with this game.
No,
I want people to see this game. I mean, jkidd saw a little bit of it earlier. I mean, I didn't win, but I mean, like, hey, I'm learning still, because recently the game got a patch and all this other extra stuff. But I'm like, you know what? I'm learning to not only make sure I keep up to date with stuff, but also try to help other people out there may or may not want to play this game. I mean, I don't play a lot of BRs, obviously, but this is the one BR that I can say I'm more comfortable with than like Apex Legends or even Warzone. Hi, Benny, by the way.
No, but we all learn. We all still learn that, because I'm like, listen, I wanted to do a podcast, and I'm just happy that I got the two homies right here, as Franks and Cheesecake, to actually do it with me, and I can bring on guests, not just for like quote unquote clout or anything like that, because I would like to have conversations with different people.
Indeed.
I always like to have conversations. I like to learn backgrounds. I like to learn like where you came from. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm really enjoying where this podcast is going, and I can't wait to take this into the future.
Yeah. Sky's the limit, man. We gonna get there.
You ever get to play Dig Dug alongside the Pac-Man?
Oh yeah.
Bro, Dig Dug is classic. I love Dig Dug.
I love Dig Dug.
Dig Dug
is classic. All right, so we're not taking any more of your time, brother. I thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much for joining us.
I don't know what other times you do it, but like maybe there's another time I'll hop in again and we'll talk about other stuff. We'll talk about like movies or Suicide Squad.
Oh,
or whatever,
man,
listen. I'm watching Suicide Squad tonight.
It's usually on every Sunday. It's usually on every Sunday, but if we do have like another setup date where we can have it sometime.
Because like I said, Sundays are a bit tricky because we sometimes got it a little early for the squad. So
try to get you in like in the middle of the week or something like that. Just do like after podcast.
Yeah, or something like that. Exactly. We'll talk about, hey, we saw this, we saw that.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We'll definitely have you back on again, brother.
Hey, thank you. Thank you. All right,
tell
friends.
Steve I said what's up, and he next, by the way.
For sure. Hey, no doubt.
All right, Kenny, you have a good one, bro.
Have a good one.
You too, man.
Have a good day. That was Unrooolie from Your Video Games.
That was like an actual conversation between the three of us, dude.
Yeah.
4 of us, really.
Yeah, between the four of us, that was an actual conversation. We all had our questions. We all had our questions.
You're
We all
happy?
got in there.
Yeah,
Yo,
I
it
am.
was good. It was mad fun, and I enjoyed every single second of it. So obviously, Kenny's gone. Let's go ahead. S-Fangs, do you have any closing words for everybody?
Yeah, like Kenny said, the numbers isn't everything.
Yeah.
Just put out the content that you want to put out, and have fun with the content that you want to put out, and have fun with whoever comes up, comes around, enjoying it with you.
Yeah.
We're all, we grow our communities. That's what
Yep.
it's about. It's not about the numbers. It's about who you actually have in your community. Each and
Right.
every one that you have in your community means a lot. And with that, that's generally all I have to say.
Yeah.
You can find me in the links below.
Cheesecake, you got any closing words for us, brother?
Okay, first off, man, December going down, baby. Motherfucking Stone Ocean to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You already know what time it is. Make sure you watch. I mean, if you need to watch all of JoJo, it's on Netflix. If you need to go somewhere else and watch it, watch it. But otherwise, Stone Ocean coming soon, baby. Other than that,
You can skip
look.
season 1, by the way.
Oh yeah, don't skip season 1. Screw him. Anyway, look, as far as content creation goes, do what I had to teach myself this week to do. I mean, sure enough, I will go and check my analytics while jkidd's over here doing JoJo poses or whatever, and see who's sticking around and who's liking stuff. Another thing I will say right now, while you're making videos, learn to read your analytics. Learn to
I don't know
study
how to read those.
who. I'm learning myself. Trust me, I don't know everything, but I'm learning. But either way, look, learn to read your stuff. Learn who's sticking around, learn who's watching your videos all the way from start to finish. Just stuff of that nature right there, and then you can learn to better, I don't know, up the quality of your stuff. I mean, like me personally, it's like, okay, look, this past week I put out gameplay, and I also put up, a video for patch notes because people probably don't want to sit there and read like a whole thing of patch notes or even go to Steam to find patch notes or go to Twitter. So I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna do my part, upload it on the YouTube. But otherwise, you gotta go in a direction of where people are like genuinely leaning towards. Now, for me personally, I have a series I'm going to be starting soon because Kenny, hit the nail on the head. Like make video series and stuff. I'm going to be starting my rise from regular old, monkey to Monkey King using Wukong. Because Wukong is in the game. If you know about the Monkey King, that's the GOAT. Man gained immortality like 10 times. And but otherwise, yeah, like I'm going from regular schmegular old dude to legit Monkey King. And I'm battling against some of the best players that Hunters Arena Legends has to offer. And despite the fact that your boy will get salty, because trust me, I ain't getting as salty as I was when I'm playing fighting games, but I'm getting salty. But I'm actually like, hey, you know what? Look, leave it alone. You lost. Move on. Fighting game wise, you don't want to know. I'll sit there and that shit will linger. So I'm learning how to just keep it trucking after I lose now. Just focus on the next game. Do better the next game. Right. That's what I always tell myself. And that can also be extended into your videos and your streams. Do better on the next one. That's what you need to focus on, people. Do better in your next video. If you feel like you didn't do as good as your on your last video, then make it your priority to do better on your next one. Do not focus on the numbers like Kenny and as Fang said. Focus on what could you do to make your videos more entertaining and let the rest just flow. That's all I got. Have fun too, by the way. If you're not having fun with the game you're playing, then stop playing it. Don't be like certain people on this platform and on Twitch who will sit there and play a game that they don't genuinely enjoy. And the only reason why is because numbers.
Yep.
That's how you end up like losing passion for your hobby. Don't
always play the game you guys want to have fun. Just like S-Fangs, you got anything? We heard what Cheesecake has content wise. Do you have anything else content wise coming out for your streams?
Content wise, well, I've been streaming Celeste, so I've been having fun with Celeste.
I don't know what the hell that is.
You don't know what Celeste is?
I may not know what Celeste is. I've seen people play it here and there. Like I've
it's okay. So it's a platformer game. It's like you basically play. It's a story based game though as well. It's a story behind it, and it's about a Gore who wants to climb a mountain, and you have to climb, and you can collect strawberries along the way. You don't have to, but it's just a completion thing. You can 100% it. And it's about getting through these different courses, and as you progress through it,
it's a platformer. Platformer going up the mountain.
And I grew up on platformers, so it's like it was. I bought it on sale. when it was on
Mega
the
Man
summer
1.
sale on Steam. So I got $5.
Yeah.
Keonix scored me, you know, because he bought it for me. I was like,
Nice.
yo, thank you,
Keonix is the GOAT.
thank you, Keonix.
Yeah,
Shout out to
Keonix the
Keonix.
GOAT.
Remind me that.
So you playing those more for your streams? All right, there we go. All right.
Mhm.
So other than that, for me, just have fun, be safe, and take care of others as you
Don't
would
be
take care of.
afraid.
Oh,
Yeah,
and
take care of
Don't be
yourself.
you
afraid to
already
take.
know I have a cell phone stand now. So better camera angle if you haven't noticed.
Thank fucking God, by the way, because it's always been like, you know, like it'd be like this, like you looking up at us, and shit, the camera looking up, like, come on now, like you just looking
Yeah,
up
I've
and
been
shit.
streaming with my face cam now, by the way.
So
that's
yeah,
a new
so
direction.
yeah, basically everybody just take care of yourself, take care of the others, take care of your family. Have fun with the video games that you guys are playing. Have fun if you are a content creator. Have fun creating content. Because I'll
Don't
tell
be
you what.
afraid to take some inspiration from other content creators too. By the way, it's not
Yeah.
stealing. You're using what they do to
Yeah.
get where they are, but you're tweaking it in your own style.
Yeah.
If anything else, imitation is the best form of flattery.
Yeah. So basically, just have fun. Have fun with it too, because you can't call it a job if you're having fun.
Yeah, jobs are boring.
Yep, jobs are boring. What you love doing that's what's having fun. So be sure you love what you do. Until next time, you can find everybody here down in the description below. Is also with Mr. Unrooolie himself, the guest up on it today on top of the podcast. You can find all of his links in the description below. Follow everything, follow all of us, follow your friends, follow your family, follow your dog. Make sure you poops, and when you poops, you pick it up in a bag, and we will catch you guys later. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Peace and love. Too sweet, y'all. We'll see you guys next time.